good evening, good evening, good evening. Yes, it is another Sunday evening, and I am here live on Jamaicans.com. I am Heniko Watkins Porter. I'm hearing some noise in my background. Let me try and get that sorted out. So give me a quick second. I'm hearing noise in my background. Let me try and get that sorted out, okay? Yes, guys, sorry. I'm here. I'm here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want you to share with me where you are tuning in from. I'd love to hear from you. It's every 2 weeks that we do this, of course. And this time around, I am solo. I'm solo, right? Because there has been some changes to the app that I've been using. So I am solo this week. And just to start off, let me see. I am going to be talking about, the Jamaican culture. And I want you to share about the Jamaican culture. Share with me what it is that excites you about it. I just want to hear your experience as a Jamaican living in Jamaica, as a Jamaican living overseas. Let me hear from you. Please tell me where you're watching me from, because I certainly want to say hello to you. Please, I would love for you to just tell me that. And I have something special for you that I'm going to start with, alright? So let me find it. And tell me if it rings a bell. Me glad to see you come back, boy. But lad, you let me down. Me shame I used to tell all of my proudness a drop of ground. You mean you go to America and spend 6 whole months and come back not a piece better than how you did go away? Boy, you no shame. Is so you come after your tan so long? Not even little language, boy. Not even little twang. And your sister what work? Only 1 week with American. She talks so nice that we have the juice to understand. Why? You couldn't improve yourself. And you get so much pay. You spend 6 months of foreign and come back ugly same way. Not even a draper's trousers or a pass the rhythm coat. Boy, not even a gold teeth or a gold chain round your throat. Suppose me last me pass, go introduce you to a stranger, as me lamented son what lately come from America. They would have laughed after me. Boy, me couldn't tell them so. They would have said me lie. You would have spent time back on Moko. No back answer me, boy. You talk too bad. Shut up your mouth. I don't know how you and your papa going to make it out. If you want to please him, make him think you bring back something new. You always call him pa. This evening, when him comes, say poo. Ay, ay, ay. Louise Bennett-Coverley. That's one of the well-known poems there from the Honorable Louise Bennett-Coverley, one of Jamaica's icon, one of the persons who I can stand or sit here proudly today and wear the shirt that says, I speak patois. Yeah, that's the patois apparel clothing line. Yeah, I had to put a plug there. But anyways, on a serious note, Louise Bennett-Coverley has been a tremendous icon, cultural ambassador. And I'm just trying to, because I'm going to be sharing some things about her, because not many, especially the younger folks, are not quite aware of the contribution that she has made to Jamaica, and Jamaicans in Jamaica and across the world, home and abroad, can actually be proud that we are Jamaicans, right? I mean, we're still having the debate as to whether or not Jamaican is a language. And let me first raise my hand and say, yes, I endorse Jamaican is a language in and of itself. There is English, there is German, there is French. There's all these wonderful languages, not to be forgotten and not to be left out of the dialogue is Jamaican, what we call patois, right? Patois, which happens to be a French word. And so sometimes we patterize patois and we spell it P-A-T-W-A. Before I continue, I really want to hear, I see that I have quite a number of people who are tuning in, but I'd love to hear from you. Tell me where it is that you are watching me from. I want to give you a shout out. I want to big you up because it's Sunday evening and you could be doing just about anything else, but guess what? You are here with me. So let me hear where you come from now. Yeah, wave your hand, say hi. I really want to hear from you. You know, I appreciate you tuning in, and I'm just trying to find some information here for you. Right, I'm not seeing the comments just yet. I don't know why they're not coming in. Let me look on my phone to see if I'm seeing the comment. Oh, I'm seeing somebody here from London. Marsha is from London. Why am I not seeing? I'm certainly not seeing it come up on my screen here. But you know, one of the things that prompted me to explore the whole patois thing today is because of, I don't know how many of you have heard about the whole Aishana comment and how she's referring to our national dress as tablecloth, right? Or bandana, which is our national, Jamaica's national to get some attention, and wanting to get that attention, she, I guess it's just, I don't know, because she clearly has not been made aware of the significant contribution that Miss Lou has made to Jamaica and to put our culture that on top of the world, we are recognized globally. Wherever I go and I tell people that I'm a Jamaican, as a matter of fact, they love to hear me speak, you know, they love the accent and stuff. But once I open, because you know that English has a different accent from patois, right? So I will be talking English, and because the accent and the tone for English is different. The accent and tone for English, it is, you know, it is different from patois. Patois has a very colorful tone, right? English is refined. So when we talk about, it's a total different intonation, you know, when you hear the voice and stuff, you know, say, I mean, serious business more time, you know what I mean? Let me tell you something. Sometimes when you want to get a message across, you know, you can't bother with the English, you know, or, you know, you have to just say this thing in a patois, or else you will be misunderstood. But when you want to ensure, when you want to make sure that people know what you're talking about and know what you feel and know where you stand on a particular matter, patois the thing, patois to me thing. I, Lena Levy from Brooklyn. Of course, I'm proud of Miss Lou's legacy too. I'd love to hear your feedback about the comment that Aishana made. I mean, I don't want to spend too much time on her comment or anything, because yes, she has, of course, prompted this live this evening on this matter of Miss Lou and her legacy, but I don't want to give too much credence to her and give her more forward, because clearly that's what she's been looking. And with all, you know, in all honesty, I don't think that she recognized and she understood what she did, you know, when she made that post on Facebook. Hi, Olivia. Thank you so much for joining in from London. Oh, we have Brooklyn in the house. We have London in the house. Awesome. Michelle Grange shared this video. Thank you so much, Michelle. I appreciate that. Ronald shared the video as well. Thank you, Ronald. But yeah, I really don't think she meant to cause any offense. I think it has to do really with the ignorance. You know, when you don't know something, when you don't know, you don't know. I guess it was Abraham Maslow who says that there are really four stages of learning. And the first stage is unconscious incompetence. When you don't know that you don't know. And she really didn't know, I believe. You know, she probably in passing hear about Miss Lou. You know, she young, you know. Well, yeah. And even hear you miss the whole patwa thing, but she don't know much. She didn't know much, and I just want to say that. What do you guys think? Have you been hearing about this comment? What do you think? But in the meantime, while you share your views with me, I want to share some things about Miss Lou for you. Yes, Lena, we need to educate her about her history and culture. And you know what? I kind of want to know, let me put a spin on this thing, because learning comes from somewhere. And if you're not interested in a particular subject area, if it's not in your face every day, then certainly you're not going to know about it. So if culture, well, let me not even say that, because if she's into dancehall and dancehall music and stuff, that is a part of our culture. But the historical part of it, let's say it's not of interest to her, right? Do you think that as a nation we have failed our young people in that we are not teaching them about what is cultural and having that nostalgia and everything cemented in the minds of the young, in the minds of our people in general? So it's not just young people don't know. You have persons, mature people who are quite illiterate about our culture. So do you think that there is the onus is upon our leaders, Ministry of Culture, for example, to ensure that we know about our people? Because I believe, you know, so many of us know so much more about them, America's culture and even other countries than we do our own. Whose fault is that? Should we lay blame? Whose responsibility is it? So that's one question I want to ask. Right? And feel free to jump in. But then there's also another side of the debate. And the other side of the debate is this. If we talk about free speech, right? We're talking about free speech. Was she wrong? Let's assume that she knows and she knows the value of Miss Lou to Jamaica. Can we come down heavily on her because she has expressed herself, assuming she knew, and she knew the repercussion that would have been had. She knew what she did. It wasn't a folly. Do you think that she has a right, given free speech, right, to express herself in that way? Where do we draw the line where free speech is concerned? Food for thought. What say you? You see, because I'm trying to figure out, had it been something else that was said, something else that, you know, we have a lot of people, let's say, boy, I don't even want to go there. I don't even want to go there, but let me go there, right? If it were a gay debate, for example, and somebody expressed themselves in favor of that kind of a lifestyle, right? Because people have choices. That's the reality. People have choices. And somebody expressed themselves, read that lifestyle. And the majority of society is coming down on them because that's not the modus operandi of the mass. Would we be crying free speech? So where do we really draw the line where free speech is concerned? We're entitled to free speech as long as we do not ruffle the feathers of who? So which set of people can we ruffle their feathers, and it's okay? But then there's another side that we have to be very careful. So on the one hand, and I'm giving my personal view now, on the one hand, I really think that Aishana went too far, whether out of ignorance or knowingly stated that. I believe she went too far. So that's one. But also on the other hand, because every time I say something, do something, I have to introspect. How about free speech? Is she entitled to free speech regardless of whether it is going to be offended, whether it's going to cause offense to many? But the flip side to that is free speech has consequences. So you're free to say what you want to say, but bear in mind too that there are consequences for what you will say. So given that there are consequences for what you will say regardless, then by the very nature of extension of my argument, the mass also has a free speech in objecting to what she says, which it is obviously quite offensive to the majority of us. But I believe an apology is forthcoming. I am just thinking. I'm just saying, because she has offended people in the past, and she's very controversial, and that's fine. She's offended people, but no, it goes a little deeper when you are causing an offense to what is considered sacred to a myriad of Jamaicans, not just Jamaicans at home, but Jamaicans abroad. So I'd love to hear more. I don't know why I'm not seeing the comments. They're coming in, but they're or maybe there's not any more comment. Okay. All right. So I'm working between my desktop and my phone, because I somehow. Okay, so I see Sharon Davis says, "Speak it, sister." London. We have a lot of Londoners in the place. Marsha is from London as well. I don't know how I didn't see Marsha's comment coming in on my computer. I don't know what's going on. So, excuse me. I'm actually using two devices here. So I know I have Marsha, Lena, Olivia, and Sharon tuning in because they've commented. Of course, I know many more are watching, but you have commented. No, I am going to, I think, I can't just decide for us to win this debate and not provide some form of information as to learning as to who Miss Lou really was. So no, and you can go on her, there's a page for LouiseBennett.com. Let me just, there's LouiseBennett.com page. Let me just copy the link and share it with you guys so that you can, if you don't know much about her, you can get some information there. Now, let me just read some stuff. For you. By the way, if you're just joining, I am Henika Watkins Porter, and I am a lover of my culture, and that is partially part of the reason why I started Patois Apparel. And you can go and check out patoisapparel.com and you get an idea of what I'm talking about. And it was really Miss Lou that actually inspired, this collection, because had it not been for her, really, I don't think it would have reached the level of being so appreciated that I can, in as much as I, am creative, to start a clothing line based on patois. You know, I tell you, patois, that a lot of Jamaicans, some Jamaicans still scoff at, right? And believe that it's when you're part, when you're part of a particular um, side of the society that you use a language. But let me tell you something. I tell people all the time I am bilingual. Well, I still be trilingual because I'm learning French. Bonjour, right? I'm learning French, but I am fluent in patois and I'm fluent in English, right? And I must have a choice. Yeah, I believe I must have a choice in which one I choose to speak. So don't, for the love of Christ, don't judge me when we decide to say patois to my thing, because I can be very, very fluent. I can be very, very fluent, you know, in English, and be very, very fluent in patois too. Because the point of communication, you see, and a lot of people don't recognize that they need to be socially intelligent. You have to communicate so that the person that you're talking to gets the message. If there are some places in Jamaican society, believe it or not, some people in some places of our country that do not know how to speak English. They don't know how to speak English. No, the truth is, English is the international business language, and I advocate that we all must learn English. We must, if we're supposed to effectively communicate and do any transaction with the rest of the world, then we need to be fluent in English. We need to learn English. I'm an advocate for that. So I'm not saying that I'm all for patois and either patois or English. No, you can have them both. And I am one that says at all times that yes, you must learn English, but at the same time, don't judge a child, especially I hate to hear talk properly in a pitney. What is proper? What is properly? What is proper? We have been so brainwashed to think that when we talk our own language, when we relate and connect to who we are as a people, and that is why we still continue the facade of trying to be somebody else, trying to be who we're not. Right? Oh gosh, I'm getting very passionate about this thing, because yes, I am passionate about it. And I'm coming back to what I said about, I'm going to share some information with you in terms of Miss Lou. Melvina McDuffus. Yes, are you referring to the statement that Aishana made, right? If that's what, yes, it was. I believe it was. But I also probably want to give her the benefit of the doubt and to say that she really didn't quite get it, you know? A lot of people in the entertainment, and I'm not judging, because the entertainment industry, the creative industry of which I'm a part, is a very vibrant, very lucrative industry, and I don't think we take advantage of it as we should, right? So that is a fact. But there are some people who, they really don't know better, and I come back to the question of how responsible should our leaders be, especially our culture ministry, our culture minister, be, where it relates to how we appreciate our culture and how much of it we know, because it's not emphasized. It's not emphasized. All right, so I was telling you who I am and my claim to why I'm talking about Miss Lou and why I feel I can talk about Miss Lou. Alright, so here it is, a little thing about Miss Lou, right? So she was born on September, and I'm reading from her website, which I just shared the link with you guys. She was born on September 7, 1919. Wow. Of course, she was a Jamaican poet, activist, from Kingston, of Jamaica being her homeland, and a living legend, right? So it's not Usain Bolt at the time when this was done, right? She was a living legend at the time. So it's not only Bolts that we have. We say we create enough legend here in Jamaica, you know. Jamaica, we look about with Talawa, Jamaica to the world. Of course, she went to Ebenezer and Calabar Elementary School, St. Simon's College, Excelsior College, Friends College in Highgate. No, that I didn't know, right? So every day you live and you learn. She went, yeah, Friends, and I'm from Highgate St. Mary. Although she lived in Toronto, Canada for a while, she receives the homage of the expatriate West Indian community in the north, as well as she has also had a large Canadian following before she died, right? She has been described as Jamaican, she was Jamaican leading comedian, the only poet who was really hit the truth about her society through its language. Now, the good thing about patois, maybe the bad thing too, because you know when you're having an event and you want to make people laugh, patois sometimes is not taken seriously because it's seen as something for entertainment. And there leads me now to the whole debate of whether or not the Bible should be in Jamaican language, because you know you have the Patois Bible, right? And there's a thing about Patois, its ability to shed light on some even sensitive situations, some very, very heavy matter. When you comment, when you do social commentary using patois, somehow it brings to bear some lightness to the dialogue, some lightness to the conversation, and I guess it makes communication and talking about it easier than, you know, if you decide that you're going to do this thing in all English and everything. So patois has its place. Really, patois does have its place. I want, yes, keep your comments, you know, your comments coming. Really want to continue to big you up, and your thoughts on the Jamaican language. Do you know patois? I mean, you may have left Jamaica when you were a baby. You may not grow up now in a Jamaican household, so you're not really familiar with the language in terms of speaking it. You may be able to understand it. I don't know, you know. But I'd really love to hear from you. And all those persons who are in London, I know it's after 12 now, isn't it? And they're still with me. And commendable, I don't take it lightly. I appreciate it. Right, so let me go back to sharing some more on Miss Lou. She's done a number of poems, you know, and commenting, because I was talking about the commentary of how you can really use patois to cause people to listen, and you know, and cause a discussion around matters that would be otherwise hard to talk about. When, you know, that's why you hear a lot of the comedians, you know, the stand-up comedians, when they tackle any issue, and they're able to do it with our language in a very beautiful way, causing you to laugh about it sometimes, because the truth is, we do need to laugh at ourselves. You know, sometimes I think we take ourselves too seriously, and we need to laugh at ourselves sometimes. All right, so I see Mamadou India. Please, I don't know how to pronounce it. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I love Jamaica. Yeah, me too. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you. You know that last year was the 10th anniversary. So this year we're looking into the 10th anniversary of Miss Lou's passing. She passed 11 years ago on July 26th. Cultural icon. There is none like her. I mean, we have some people now who are doing, continuing the great work. For example, Joan Andrea Hutchinson. She is like, you know, I mean, I don't want to compare, because everybody should be standing in their own light and be standing in their own light uniqueness. So I'm not going to compare. But she's doing a similar continuing, you know, the work of Miss Lou in a very successful way too. She's creating that impact that, and you know, it's just like you're having a relay, and when you have that relay, you know, we have a starter, somebody in the middle, and so on and so forth, and somebody finish the race, and it's that. So Joan Andrea Hutchinson is doing her thing as well. Althea Moore, welcome. Tony Pickles, I left Jamaica when I was very young, but I do remember her very well, and I do speak patois when it's necessary. Okay, and sometimes it's absolutely, that's why I say, you know, the English thing don't work all the time. Sometimes you have to give it, you have to talk the things in a patois, because people don't understand if you don't say it clear in a patois. By the way, when I talk patois, is there anybody who don't understand, who doesn't understand what I'm saying? Raise your hand. If you want me to translate, if you want me to translate anything, let me just say, I'll gladly translate for you. Right, so, and you have other cultural ambassadors who are really continuing the legacy, continuing on the legacy of the Honorable Louise Bennett-Coverley. No, I mean, I hear the elders talk a lot about ring ding and all those things. I don't remember them, as a matter of fact, because the truth is, whenever they grew up with TV, so even with them, when I watch TV them time there, right? You know, we grew up, St. Mary come from, you know, in one little district called Cromerland. Anybody know Cromerland? If you're from St. Mary, you probably would know Cromerland. That's where I'm from. And I love it, I love it, I love it. So yeah, I continue to do my own thing when it comes on to the Jamaican culture as well. I'm going to do another Louise Bennett poem for you. So bear with me, let me find one. I am going to do another one for you. Do you want me to do another poem for you? I think you do. I think you do. So, oh, Uriah Preach. I love this one. I love Uriah Preach, and I'm going to be doing that one for you. Uriah Preach by Louise Bennett. For me family is not pure. Me daughter so they teach. And when rain fall or pass a sick, me son Uriah preach. Sunday gone, rain comes so till passing couldn't left him yard. People was in a church, and so Uriah get to abroad. Him climb up on the pulpit, him lean over, him look down, him look upon all we enemy and lash them with him tongue. The first one him take on was Liz, who they tell lie upon me. Him stare her right in her face and say, "Thou art the mouty." Him say, "Thou art the roar Sam, thou art the middle Sam." And then him look upon me and say, "Thou art the slaughtered lamb." Him take on Teacher Brown, for when him was the size of that, teacher beat him one day because him called teacher top knot. So Rhea get him revenge now, for him stare straight pan Brown and say, "Let him that sitteth on the housetop not come down." Him take on Butcher Jones, who noted for sell scraps his meat. Him say, "Thou shalt not give thy neighbors full loops to eat." Him tell them off. Them know it's them heart full to the brim. But as Rhea in a pulpit, they can't back answer him. So when church member mail me, I don't answer till it reach a rainy day, when pastor stay home and Uriah preach. Aye. So that was Uriah Preach by Louise Bennett. Do you have a favorite Louise Bennett poem you want to share? You want me to find and say for you? I'd gladly do it. You know, I remember growing up on these poems. I really remember growing up. Let me see if I find something interesting, more interesting for you to know. Let me just look up something for you. And share. I want to share something that you can actually see all the amount of information that Wikipedia has on Louise her biography. There's a lot of information there too. Also referencing a lot of other links, so you can, let me share this with you, that if you've left Jamaica a long time ago, and you're not so much privy to information about her, then here is, why is not, okay, there it is. Yes, there it is. I just shared that with you. So you can actually read up on this amazing woman who has put Jamaica on the map. And even to this day, it's 11 years ago since she left us, almost, except in September. 11 years ago, July, yes, 11 years ago she has left us. And I know her birthday is in September. Last year, the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, they had an online party for her, and that was great. I took part in it as well. And hi Luca, how are you? Thank you so much for commenting and engaging. Right, I took part in that as well, and I thought it was really amazing. They asked us to do our favorite Louise Bennett poem. I think just 30 seconds of it, and throughout that entire day, they kept posting, releasing it, and I think they had a concert as well. I didn't go to the concert, but I was part of the online party. That was so cool. Hey, make we talk. Yes, Samuel, make we talk. We chat to me, talk to me, cause me dainty. Alright, so again, if you're just joining us, I'm Henika Watkins Porto, grasping this opportunity here on Jamaicans.com. Thank you so much, Xavier, for this amazing opportunity, this amazing platform. Thank you, wonderful viewers, for tuning in. Of course, I will be here talking to myself if you're not tuning in, and even to those of you who are going to be watching the video after this is all over. So if there's anything you want us to talk about, Miss Lou, feel free. I'm happy to engage. I started out, for those again who's just joining us, I started out with the whole, and this was inspired by the whole Aishana comment, dancehall artist. Aishana commented, she know wear tablecloths like Miss Lou, rip Miss Lou. Can you imagine? But I did give my comments on that, and you can watch from the top of it. But I believe it's genuine ignorance that caused her to utter such words of disrespect. But I also led into the debate of whether or not free speech shouldn't be taken into consideration. But then also free speech means that she must expect the repercussions. People who are diehard fans of Miss Lou are going to react. So, what's going on in Jamaica now? A lot of things are going in Jamaica. Yeah, I don't know if you keep up to date with what's happening, if you watch the news online, or if you read the papers here. But that's happening. Another appalling thing recently, and we've been getting the explanation, and we understand, the explanation. But there was, and that is of the within a year, our finance minister's telephone bill, 8 million, yes, 8 million Jamaican dollars in 1 year. And apparently the explanation is those roaming charges. And the truth is, those charges for data and roaming and stuff can be really high. Your roaming charges can really be high, and if you're not monitoring it, so clearly, the persons who should have, because as a minister, and I'm not making excuses for anybody, because $8 million, coming out of my taxpayer money is money for phone, for talk that did not really materialize, or it wasn't intentional, roaming charge. We could have done better with $8 million. We could have used it in a lot better ways. But the explanation is that the persons who should have brought it to his attention, didn't. And as a minister, really, you can't micromanage everything. Like your phone bill, for real, like the little things. Because if you, I know even as a business owner, if I try to micromanage everything, then the bigger picture will be missed, right? The operational decisions that I need to make, I can't make them if I'm every day micromanaging the things that other people need to get done. Because if no man is on an island, no man stands alone. And in government, you really need to have, it's a team. You have staff, you have advisors, you have, you're just the front person. Everybody ultimately look to you because you are the person in charge. But you also have a team around you. And a chain really is as strong as its weakest link. So wherever that weak link is, we need to find it. They need to find it. If they need to pop off that link, you may need to pop off that link, and so the other link can hold, because if they are strengthened in other parts and a particular segment is weak, then clearly you're gonna have some problems there. So you may need to get rid of the weak link, or you may need to find ways to strengthen the weak link, because there are ways, when somebody is weak, and let's personalize it now. If somebody is weak in a particular area, and you see where they have strengths in other areas but weak in a particular thing, you may need to take away their responsibility where the weakness is concerned, so you get to focus on their strength. Because I realize you don't really need to be strengthening your weakness. You need to be even reinforcing your strength, right? So that's my take on that. Your St. Thomas is going to be the recipient of a lot of developmental plans for St. Thomas. So St. Thomas and St. Mary, those are two other parishes that sometimes, boy, I'm from St. Mary, and I tell you, sometimes they don't get the attention that they need. But let me ask you, my friends watching, what are your plans, or what is your vision really for Jamaica? What's your vision for Jamaica? I'd love to hear from you. What do you want to see happen for Jamaica, land of beauty? Jamaica, land we love. The Jamaica that produces Bob Marley, Usain Bolt, Shelley and Fraser Price. All those amazing singers. Trench Town, so many musicians, artists, international artists coming out of Trench Town. I went down to Trench Town. I took a few visits sometime last year, and I'm amazed at the rich cultural heritage that's there. We should be, as a country, we should be profiting from Trench Town. But Trench Town just left up like that, and there's so much wealth of culture and history in Trench Town, right? When I was working on a pilot for my TV show, which I'm hoping to get sponsors for, and it's called Bandwidth, where I'm really featuring reggae bands in Jamaica. And it's Trench Town that I went to do the pilot, and because the pilot was done, well, I did parts of it with the Schengen Clan band, right? Alberosi and the Schengen Clan band. Now, Alberosi is Italian, and he's one of the biggest reggae artists around the world, yeah? And I did that pilot with him. Okay, as a segue, if anyone of you watching and you want to sponsor a TV show, I have a wicked show, yeah, wicked show. Yeah, Samuel, Jamaica, I'm coming to learn music, yeah? What kind of music you want to learn, Samuel? What genre are you interested in? Yeah, man, look here. Like, we have it so good that we have it bad, we have it good, yeah. We have it so good that a lot of people here who are, it's like they don't see it as anything, because it's just like it's natural. Naturally, we're naturally gifted like that. We take what we have for granted. When I go overseas and the response that I get, yes, it's all about the Jamaican culture, right? So we're talking Miss Lou, we're talking several other things. But when I travel and I see the response to my language, to my music, I was on a study tour in 2012 it was, I think. Yes, 2012. On a study tour to Europe where we went to a group of us from the creative industries around the Caribbean. We went to Berlin, we went to Paris and Manchester. And I remember a group of us, musicians, animators, fashion designers, videographers, a whole host of the creative industries people. And we were in the Berlin airport awaiting to go to Paris. There is a musician, a guitarist from St. Vincent. He began to play Don't Worry About a Thing. So as he began to play that song, there's a Caucasian couple who wasn't a part of our team, but they were in the airport in the departure lounge, and they heard the music and everything, and they gravitated toward us. They came over, and so the St. Vincent guy was playing the Don't Worry About a Thing, and the couple came over, started singing. One half of that couple knew no English, but they were singing and stuff, the song. But I was singing a bit louder, because I know the song and I'm captivated, and I didn't realize, by the way, I went there as a fashion designer, yeah? I didn't realize how mesmerized people were. Like, at the end, when I finished singing the song, everybody it's a combination because the musicians and so on, and my singing, the applause and the gaze that were affixed to us, like, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, that moment frozen in time was worth billions, like billions. And that for me was just so priceless. I will never forget that moment. So let me just sing for you. You want me to sing for you? Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds sit by my doorstep, singing sweet song. A melody's pure and true, singing, this is my message to you. Don't worry, this one's for you, Samuel, about the thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, a smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds sit by my doorstep, singing sweet song. A melody's pure and true, singing, this is my message to you. My message to you guys, don't worry about a thing. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trotting seems all uphill, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Yes, Diane, sing it, sister, 3 little birds. Yay. Any Bob Marley song? Any singers in the house? Let me see your hand. Any Bob Marley song? Yay. Guys, you've been amazing. You really have been amazing, and I'm happy that you've decided to join me as I just come on live on Jamaicans.com. And you see my shirt? I speak patois. You can get it on patoisapparel.com. And this show that we started, you can actually become a sponsor. So if you have a product or anything that you want to push, we can do product placements for you, because we do have, our community on Jamaicans.com. It's amazing. It's huge, and you do get the attention. I mean, at any one time, any video I do, we have over 4,000 views, like immediately, and then after that, the view count will go up. So there's value. You can talk to me. You can send a message to Jamaicans.com, or you can message Henika Watkis Porter at gmail.com. Let me just put that in there. Watkis, WTKS Porter at Gmail. Or there's so many ways to contact me. Or there is Henika at Patwa Apparel.com. APPA. Why do you like so much A's in this? I need to take out one of the A's. Yeah. Apparel.com. And feel free to check out patwaapparel.com, which is the clothing line, all Jamaican expressions, amazing. And I don't know if you know about the first Jamaican patois speaking doll, Zuri. Yeah, we are also in partnership. So their clothing line, there's a line of clothing, the Zuri collection is available on Patois Apparel as well. So lots of things going on there. But although, so Patois Apparel is my business, and you do clothing, and really we're Patois culture. And we're actually just talking about, spreading the culture through not just clothing, but you hear me mention about that Bandwidth TV program that we are doing. And we need some sponsors to come on board for that. So link me if you want to. But outside of that, I believe everything I do is not really about me, it's not for me. So the business is not it's not an end in itself, but it's a means to an end. It created a platform for me so that I can have now a personal platform where on henikawatkisporter.com, let me put that there, henikawatkisporter.com, I host a podcast called The Entrepreneurial You. I don't know how many of you have actually watched it. Listened to it. Oh gosh, I'm trying to multitask here, typing and talking. I'm not sure if it's working very well, but I'm trying. So the Entrepreneurial You podcast is on henikawatkisporter.com, and I have books as well. I have a blog, and I just promote entrepreneurship. I just promote wholeness, because my mission, my personal mission, purpose, life transformation through inspiration. Oh, yay! Hey, Star, you got a beautiful voice. You need to make a record. Can I tell you something, Lena? From I was younger, right? Life has really come full circle, because I've always wanted to sing. And it has even been prophesied over me. Like, people don't know me, and they just come to me and they just tell me, you're a singer. I don't open my mouth, and people just come to me and tell me that I'm a singer. And I believe it. I don't know what I'm waiting for. That's one. But I wanted to go into media when I was much younger. Like, I wanted to go to Karamak at UWI. And when I applied, they told me no. And so I was accepted for sociology and management studies. Then, can I tell you something? Life has somehow come full circle. Because I was on the radio doing the Entrepreneurial You radio show. And it was this year that I decided to put it into a podcast. And yeah, and even that is amazing, and I like that. So thank you for that compliment. I love it. And just the other day, my church was celebrating their 40th anniversary, and I actually voiced the script for a video that we did. And it's like, although I'm at the church, it's like people could hardly believe that it was my voice. You know what I mean? It was so, if I may say so myself, so well done. And I really thank God for this gift. I think my voice, and I do believe in a really serious way that I have a voice, figuratively and literally. I have a voice, and so I will not be silenced. I will not quit. I will go forward and do the things that I was called on this earth to do. And I'm so happy and so relaxed. You realize I'm comfortable. Yeah, this is my sweet spot. I'm just at ease when I'm talking, when I'm, doing this kind of a thing. Samuel, you're saying I can learn the Patois language. Of course you can learn it, yeah. If you want to learn it, go on patoisapparel.com, and I'm going to give you, so the shirt them have explanation. So it's not just the Patois that is there. I put explanation to them and so on. So yeah, you can learn it, yeah. I'm so happy. Where are you from? Where you saying from, Samuel, did you say? Did you say where you're from? You didn't, I'm not go over and see that you told me where you were from. Well, look, where are you from, Samuel? Yeah. Right. So I think we have pretty much come to the end of our live. If you enjoy this live, please share it. And you may also make suggestions as to what you want me to talk about, because until we sort out the app thing, because we no longer have the free version, so until we get sponsors for this show, then I'm going to be doing solo. So tell me the topic that you want me to talk about, and I'll address that for our next week. I come on here every 2 weeks, so I won't be here next Sunday. But the following Sunday, which is the 30th, yeah, the time is flying, which is the 30th of July, is when I'll be coming back on, and I want the topic to be something that you want me to talk about, not just something that I come up with and believe that, yeah, you should just engage. No, I want you to have a say. I believe that you should have a say. So nobody is talking to me. You guys not talking to me anymore. Tell me what you want me to say. Let me see if I'm getting comments, because I know that this is kind of slower. Sometimes you're commenting and I'm not seeing it on my desktop, so I need to see it on my okay, so I'm checking my phone and it's not on my phone either. You know what I should have done? I think I should have, next time I'm going to do that. Next time I'm going to go on Instagram live on the phone and do the Facebook live on the desktop. So, alright guys, until next time, I am signing out. It has been an awesome pleasure sticking with you. I'm glad you stick with me. You have stuck with me for the entire time, and I just want to say thank you so much, and have yourself a wonderful rest of the Sunday evening, and yay, that's it. Me gone. Walk good. Remember, research Louise Bennett, real top woman. Yeah, she put the culture upon the map. She helped to put the culture upon the map. So go learn about her, especially when you come on to the language. You understand? With language, you know, and the dirty talk is a language. It's a language. You may not agree with me, but it's a fact. It is a fact. So, until next time, enough love. Thank you so much, Jamaicans.com, for allowing me to be on your platform, sharing. You're part of my family, my part of family, having the same mission to spread the Jamaican culture, especially keep it burning in the hearts of the diaspora. So many Jamaicans around the world are grateful for this platform. I'm grateful for this platform. So yeah, I can also spread my message. So check out, guys, the Entrepreneurial You on hennikawatkisporter.com. I just shared a link. And check out patoisapparel.com as well. The podcast is free, and if you want to level up, there are so many options, there are so many resources that my guests provide for leveling up. So, my God, take care of yourself. Walk good.